Hello. Right, today we have Abby in the hot seat. We're going to fix a nail, we're going to do some ghosties, and it's going to look shamazing. These are really cute, actually. So, if you're new here, welcome. Take a seat, have a little subscribe, click the notification bell, then you will never miss a video. Right, this is where we're at. This one was damaged. She caught it and then pulled it off. Ouch, I say. I've gone in with my 4x coarse bit from Glitter Planet to remove the majority of the bulk of design, and then I'm just using a sanding band on a higher what's it called? RPM. I was going to say APR. RPM, just to sand off round here. I will still go in with a hand file as well, but this was just a good way for me to kind of tickle it away and just save my hands a little bit of work. The e-file I'm using is Melody Susie, and the sanding bands are just off Amazon. I do put a link every time to Amazon in my description box, because there's like products that I use religiously, and I'll also link all the products used. The acrylic that is under here is Glitter Planet, is Nail Mate from Glitter Planet, and it's called Tease, and it is a beautiful soft pink with little pieces of opal, and it is a core powder, so you don't need to cap it. So it's stunning, love. It's absolutely bloody stunning, and we're going to use it again. And I knew she'd pick a design where there was a nude background next. That's why last time, instead of using clear acrylic under her design, I'd use this, because I knew what would happen. I just knew it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, tickling this away. There is an area on the thumb coming up here where she could have got away with telling me it was my fault. Here it is. No. Do you know what she did? She bit it. She did it on both thumbs. And I said to Abby, oh God, is that me? Like, maybe I didn't apply the acrylic correctly. And she said, no, I bit it. And then I kept biting it. And then all of a sudden it broke. And I went, right. Well, it's a good job I love you, because that's okay, I'll fix it. And I said to her, you could have got away with me thinking that was me. And she said, no, it was me, I bite it. So she did have a little nibble. It's very difficult when you have a habit of biting and picking to stop, especially if you're stressed. One thing that has stopped since she's had acrylic nails back on is, I said in her previous job, if you look back at other videos, she was in childcare washing her hands so regularly. And then when she changed jobs, her fingers began to peel. And she said since having her acrylic nails back on, the peeling is almost completely gone. There was just a tiny bit. So that's good. That's reassuring. Although I have noticed her cuticle area has become drier and a bit harder. But we had a chat about that and about nourishing cuticles. I said to her, you're here all the time. Just go in my drawer, take out some cuticle oil and use it. But there we are. So what I'm doing is just kind of tidying things up with a hand file. And then I'm going to take my e-file bits that I use for prep, and we're going to go straight in with this one. I didn't use the flame one first, because when I pushed back the cuticles with my tool, they lifted beautifully, lifted up right out the way, and there was a lot of non-living tissue and dryness there. So I went straight in with this one, and we're just going to agitate that surface and push it back further, and it worked perfectly. So I cut out a step, basically, and it was fine. That's what was needed, really. So we'll do that. Again, I go forward, middle to left, and reverse, middle to right. And that gives it the perfect level of agitation of the area. So we'll do that on all the nails. You can see a little bit of dryness, like peely around there. But compared to how it was before, I was really shocked when it first happened. So I will, if there's hard dead skin there, I'm going to remove it. We had a chat about what needed to be done. I think it's important, and I think that's probably why if you go to a walk-in salon in town, some people call them non-standard salons. I guess it depends on their procedures and the way they work and the chemicals they use and the training they have. But I don't feel like they talk you through the process. Well, I know they don't because I've been there when I was younger. Whereas I like to discuss, and that's why my service takes double the amount of time that they do. It's about discussing with your client, okay, this is what I'm going to do because of this. It's education, isn't it? If you look after your nails this way, I won't need to do this step, so your service will be quicker. But as your nails have come to me looking like a pile of shite, I need to do this, that and the other. I'm not saying Abbies were bad. I mean, they weren't the best, but she knows that and we have a joke about it. In all fairness, she caught that index finger and it was loose. And I was busy and I said to her, you've got two choices. I can pop a plaster over your nail just to like protect it and then remove it in the next day or two. And she said, I'll just pull it off. And I went, right, okay. If you're going to do that, don't tell me because I will tell you not to. I said, just tell me when it's done because I'm literally crying inside at the thought of it. Like my stomach's turning. So I'm very lightly buffing over the surface here with the file that's already been used. So it's been dulled down a bit as well. Because I just couldn't bear the thought of it. I was like, nope. Because to me, my nail beds are bruised just thinking about it. We're doing the best to blend in the previous acrylic. This is what we're using. This is the new Nailmate packaging. Isn't it stunning? Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? And like I said, the colour is Tease Me. And it is this beautiful opal acrylic. I mean, the gods just listened, didn't they? An opal acrylic. Thank you. As a core powder. Huh. Okay, so I've applied a tip. I don't know what tip I used. I think I used a Pro Stiletto. I'm just adding primer to the nails there. And I've dehydrated already. We're going to prime them all. And then we're going to go in with our acrylic. There's the monomer that matches. Look at the gorgeous colouring, isn't it? Really beautiful. So tiny little bead. Popping that on. Tucking my brush behind. I had a stray hair. Tucking my brush behind the bead. And making sure I tuck it in around those little tiny diddy little side walls there. Look, beautiful. Okay. Lifting that brush up to tuck it. And this is me working normal speed. In fact, I was working like chill. Wasn't in a rush. Just, enjoying the process. And where I've filed, there was a bit missing here and a bit missing there. So I'll just go in and just regroup, restructure. Prepare the nail. I don't want to get into the habit of adding too much product for fear of it's too thin and then filing it all off at the end going, they're not thin enough. So it's about finding that balance. Again, pop my cuticle bead on, position the brush behind the bead as well, and then tuck it in at those sides. If there's the slightest little thing, I know she'll nibble it. So I'm really taking my time on this application. Because I can rush it a little bit sometimes and I didn't want to. I think in all, this set took me about 2 hours and that was removing the previous design. And there was a lot of, because they hadn't really grown out very much. So it took me a while to remove that kind of black gel, tucking in the file, being really careful. She has incredibly sensitive skin. So I can't, to her, it's painful. So I have to be really gentle, really, really slow and gentle. So yes, the timing was a bit much, but there's freehand on every single nail. We're removing an old design, filing it right back. I'm okay with it. I don't mind. Some people might want to do it quicker, but I'm okay with a couple of hours because it's not just doing nails either, because she's stayed here all week. We're chatting. Jordan's coming in from work, so we stop and have a chat. It's family life. It's not like working in a salon environment where you would be I'm very aware of time in that environment. I was always on time and my speeds were a lot better, but now I'm chill. I can just enjoy the process. I can stop and have a wee, go, you thirsty? Do you want a drink? We'll have a drink. It's like that. So yeah, it's all good. Taking my sweet ass time and enjoying it. So this is a full application, which is nice for you to see. I'll put my first bead on. This is going to be a 3 bead application. I learned from the first time I used this powder that I needed to work a little bit wetter because it has got pieces of glitter in it. So I worked a little bit wetter this time and it behaved perfectly. I'm able to walk that bead down the nail. It's smooth like butter, and I'm just tapping and pulling left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left, until we get to the very tippy top of the nail. And then I will make sure we're covered and then start patting it into place. There we are. There's a little bit of the mylar kind of sticking up there, but don't worry about that, that's all cool. So then I'm going straight in with my second bead, and always making sure that I tap at the top just to make sure that it doesn't create like a step. So you want it to hold that finger down, let the acrylic flow, and blend it in using the underneath of the brush, tucking my brush in at the sides, all the usual things just to create a nice smooth application. Being very mindful, very demure. Oh my God, does my head in that. Right, cuticle bead. I've said it so many times. You know, like when it just sticks in your head. I can't say the word mindful or anything like that without that playing in my brain. Oh. There we are. Look at the beautiful buttery blend. Oh, it's a beautiful buttery blend. Very happy with that. Very nice. I will add some more just to that centre because I noticed there was a little bit of a dip there. Don't need to add it to the sides, more just the centre. There we are. And then I noticed I just needed a bit more at the tip because by the time I would have filed, it would have been gone. And the shape would not have looked very good. There. And I'm glad I did that actually, because when I finished filed, it was really easy. Onto the thumb. We love a juicy thumb, don't we? Love a juicy thumb. Blending that bead in. Oh, it's very satisfying. Maybe I should shut up and just let you watch because it's just really satisfying. This isn't just any acrylic. This is nail-made acrylic. Yes, very gorgeous. Don't even think about nibbling it this time, Abby, if you're watching. Because I'll know now. I'll know you've nibbled. And maybe she doesn't even know she nibbles. Any nibblers out there? Do you know that you're nibbling? Or do you just do it without realising? I've noticed I do it to the skin at the side of my fingers. I don't even know I've done it. I don't even know. And then before I know it, I'm like chomping down on my hand. Right, once that's set, I'm finished filing with my hand file on a 180 grit. Canva light file, I get them from Amazon. And I'm just going to do sidewall, free edge, cuticle, and then the body of the nail. And then I will go back over the sidewalls and free edge again at the end, because I always do, because once I've changed the body of the nail, I want to make sure my sides are still crispy. I like this flat file technique. I can just roll it from left to right and then go over like this. I don't even know what word to think of. My brain isn't braining today. Isn't that good? Ha ha ha. By the way, I don't know in what order I've posted this video, because I think I've filmed 4 this week, 3 this week, but I don't know what order I am posting them in. So you may or may not have by now seen the Madame Glam's new collection. But don't forget, I've got a 30% code for them. I don't know what order I'm posting them, do I? So if you've seen it, you know it's absolutely stunning. And if you haven't seen it, trust me, it's absolutely stunning. It's the Gel Potion collection. I saw it on their social media before I had received it. And I was really sad because I thought they hadn't sent it to me. I was being like a brat, I suppose. I was like, oh my God, I haven't got it. What am I going to do? I need it. It's so beautiful. And I nearly ordered it. I literally nearly ordered it a few days ago. And I held off. I ordered what I needed. And I was like, no, I won't order this collection. I'll just wait. And then a couple of days later, it arrived. I had no idea I was getting it. And I'm relieved. That was my door going. I'm relieved because it's absolutely beautiful and I am so impressed with it. The problem is I've got like so many ideas in my head. Anyway, I can't remember what I was going to say. I've lost it. So I'm applying. I just went off on a tangent, didn't I? I've lost it. I'm applying Velvet Matte Top Coat to these nails and picking the fluff off. The fluff has come from my dust extractor. Don't even ask. Right, white gel paint and black gel paint is what I'm using for this design. Very simple. The Velvet Matte Top Coat is Madame Glam. That enables me to have a smooth surface, and then when I paint on top of it, it comes out beautifully. I'm going to take my Glitter Planet dotting tool, dip it in the white and blob it on the nail. And then I'm going to use, I think this is my 15mm brush that I've got in my collection, just to drag this out, fill out the details. So the picture that Abby showed me was these little ghosties, but they looked a bit like sperm. I'm just going to say it. So I said to her, we need to change the bottom of the ghosties so they don't look like that, because otherwise people could misunderstand what's on the nails, especially as they're going to have smiling faces and not ghostly faces. So we went for a swooshy feet, swooshy tape, like whatever, swooshy bottom of the ghost. So that's what we've done. Some of the nails are going to have one ghost, some will have two. They might be in different directions. And we're trying to mix it up a little bit. I did also say, if you want, we can do blooming gel ghosties, but she did not want those. We've got some tiny, teeny ghosties on this nail. They were so small I could barely see the features I was putting on them. Again, because I haven't got my glasses yet. For the detail work on these nails, I used my Madame Glam fine, I think it's called a fine detailer brush. I'm going to look now and check. It's either a fine liner or a fine detailer, but I'm going to check because it is so thin. Long fine liner, that's what it's called. And it's teeny tiny. It does like these tiny facial details and outlines and stuff like that perfectly. That's what you need for that kind of job. So on each of these, I'm trying to make them slightly different. I mean, they're, it's the same thing. It's a ghost. But the way I do it's slightly different. Maybe the bottom of it's slightly different. The direction's slightly different. You don't need to work thick with the gel paints. They're very thin and very versatile. They do work really, really well on top of the Velvet Matte Top Coat, because when you file a nail, like an acrylic or hard gel nail, you do leave micro scrapes, I suppose, micro scratches in the nail's surface. I've tested this myself. It works you can buff it to within an inch of its life if you want. But I find putting a thin layer of Velvet Matte Top Coat, for me, is what I'm most comfortable working on top of. So yeah, as you can see, look, I've given them like little wiggly legs instead of too much like a tail. It was just that one time I saw it, it really put me off, because I literally saw people talking about it. It might have been last year, and the minute she showed me that design, I was like, oh no, we can't do that. That looks too much like it. You can't have that. There are times when, even the client might be not completely right, and they might need to look at things from a slightly different perspective. You just got to tackle that in a very delicate manner. Like I did, which was, you can't have that, they'll look like sperm. That was the way I handled that. And she went, you what? I said, look at it. And she went, oh no, okay. As you can see, I'm doing some chunky, some coming off the edge of the nail, like they're just peeping out as well. It's very cutesy, I think. It's Halloween, but feminine, isn't it? I think that's what it is. And some little dots, they're like little stars, I suppose, in the sky as the little ghosties go across the sky. It's all very nice. These are a 1-minute cure, these gels. And they dry with a non-tacky layer, which is great. As you can see, these faces are tiny. Look how thin that brush is. That's what you need. And you can get 30% off the brushes as well. So there we are, look. tiny little smiley face. Very, very hard to see what I was doing. I really should go and get my glasses. I've got my prescription for glasses. I just haven't actually taken the time to sit at the opticians and choose my glasses. Haven't done it. And I know I should. And I don't even care. I don't even want expensive glasses. Do you think I can afford to buy it? No, I can't afford it. It's Christmas is coming up. I'll have the cheapest glasses you've got, love. I need one for distance or one for reading. They're trying to get me to have contact lenses, but, you know, I can't be bothered with that. So what I will do is work one finger at a time and then put, draw the little bits on, then put that hand in the lamp, then have the other hand out. It takes me roughly a minute. So while I'm doing one, the other's curing. Doesn't matter if it goes slightly under a minute, because guess what? The hand's got to go back in to cure the other nails. So it doesn't really matter. It's just easier that way. Okay, so not velvet matte top coat, silly. No wipe gloss top coat is what we're going with. And what will happen is the beautiful opal shimmer from the acrylic will shine around the little ghosties, making it look even more magical. So it worked out perfectly. It was like I had the foresight to know exactly what kind of thing Abby would want next. Fancy that. I was like, okay, this design is cute. So cute. It's a shame she's not working with the children still, because I think they would have loved these nails. Absolutely love them. I need to decide what to have now, because my left hand needs an infill. And I don't know whether to stick with hard gel, whether to go acrylic. I don't know what to do. Part of me wants to do acrylic because I want to use that Goddess acrylic. It's another one from Nailmate. And it's like a nude acrylic with a golden shimmer. That's calling my name, so I might have to go acrylic on my left. I don't know, though, because then I've got to take these all off, and I don't know if I could be asked. Oh, decisions. What are we going to do? Anyway, once these were all top-coated, we went in with cuticle oil from the Tough Love Nail Co. We used, I think she chose It's Brittany, bitch. I think she did, yes, that's her favourite. Massaged that in, and then did a little video at the end to show you how they came out. We were very happy with them. They're very cute. And that's about it, really. Like I said, I don't know when you're watching this, because I've got a few kind of like backed up. So whenever you are watching it, I hope you enjoy it. Please consider subscribing, commenting. Let me know what's on your nails right now. What is on your nails as you watch this video? And I will see you in my next one, which will probably be me doing my nails. Right then, tally bye.